Welcome to a new episode of Democracy at the Crossroads. We know the national elections are on. The future of India's democracy will be decided on June 4. If Narendra Modi wins a third term, then there is no escaping the fact that India will turn into Putin's Russia very soon. In the last 10 years, all democratic institutions of India have frayed at the seams. They have not completely collapsed in the last 1 decade because strong foundations of democratic institutions had been laid in the previous 7 decades. Modi government has been systematically hammering at them to set that foundation, but it has only partially succeeded. But another 5 years, Narendra Modi will achieve his mission. The elections thereafter will be just a formality, exactly as we witnessed in Russia recently. But then can this threat be warded off? Will we succeed in saving our democracy from the evil forces that are in power today? As always, there is a divided opinion. For Modi worshippers, 2024 is a done deal. Charge of power or not, Modi will come back to power, come what may. But for Modi detractors, the tide seems to be turning. They see a distinct possibility of Modi losing a majority on June 4. Does it amount to daydreaming? Or there is some strong basis to this surmise? Those who want to see the back of Modi point to 2004. No one had expected the Congress to defeat the incumbent NDA led by Vajpayee and Vajpayee that year. In fact, the BJP was so confident of another term for Vajpayee that it had decided to advance the Lok Sabha elections by 6 months. But the results shocked everyone, including the Congress and other opposition parties. Can it happen again in 2024? Can the India alliance trump the BJP-led NDA? Well, there is a basic difference between 2004 and 2024. In 2004, Vajpayee was the incumbent Prime Minister. Although he belonged to a communal party, he did not fight the 2004 election on a communal plank. He fought it as a referendum on his achievements in 5 or 6 years in power. India signing was his plank. He and his party thought India was signing, but the people of India thought otherwise.
मैंने सार्वजनिक रूप से इस बात को स्वीकार किया कि ये इलेक्शन स्लोगन के नाते ठीक नहीं था, गलत था। मैंने सार्वजनिक स्वीकार किया। मैंने कहा कि होना यह चाहिए था इंडिया राइजिंग, इंडिया उभर रहा है, इंडिया चमक रहा है। तो हर एक अपना अपना देखता है कि मेरे घर में, मेरे अपने मोहल्ले में कितनी दिक्कतें हैं और कितने चल रहा है।
So he was stuffed out of his office. But what is Narendra Modi, the incumbent Prime Minister, doing today? He is of course counting his achievements in the last 10 years. But that's only a small part of his campaign, as he knows people are able to see through his lies, stark lies. That's why he is spending a lot of time in the election meetings trying to stoke communal polarization. He is repeatedly trying to demonize the Muslims so that he succeeds in consolidating the majority Hindu support base behind his party. That's where lies the difference between Vajpayee and Modi. Vajpayee, despite his RSS background, never personally resorted to crash communalism to win votes. He always kept his mask on, the mask of a dignified presence, a dignified rhetoric. But Narendra Modi is a contrasting figure. He is crudity personified. Modi wears his mask when he goes abroad. But when he is in the country, especially during the elections, he is ready to stoop down to any level to garner votes. We saw that last week, that he had no qualms in speaking the language of a street loafer if he thinks that he would sufficiently incite Hindus to turn against Muslims.
होने का कीमत का मुद्दा नहीं है, उसके जीवन के सपनों से जुड़ा हुआ है। तुम उसे छीनने की बात कर रहे हो अपने मैनिफेस्टो में। गोल ले लेंगे, सबको वितरित कर देंगे। और पहले जब उनकी सरकार थी उन्होंने कहा था कि देश की संपत्ति पर पहला अधिकार मुसलमानों का। ये संपत्ति इकट्ठी करके किसको बांटेंगे? जिनके ज्यादा बच्चे हैं उनको बांटेंगे। घुसपैठियों को बांटेंगे।
In a scenario like this, he knows his Hindutva espousing party would be the biggest beneficiary of the Hindu communal vote. That explains why 2024 is not exactly like 2004. Yes, both rural and urban distress is at the peak today. Yes, the small and medium industries have collapsed, almost collapsed. Yes, the farmers are protesting everywhere. Yes, unemployment is at a record high. With all this, in normal times, an election fought on the report card of the last 5 years, it would have been easy to predict that Modi would bite the dust on June 4th. But when religion is in the midst, there is a question mark on the voter behavior. Will they re-elect Modi despite all privations and sufferings? Just because he helped build the Ram temple? Just because his administration has sent out the clear message, the clear signal that Muslims will be made the second-grade citizens of this country? The election result on June 4 will depend on how a majority of the Hindu electorate responds to this dilemma.